Over the weekend, Republican Senate leaders Bill Frist of Tennessee, Mitch McConnell of Kentucky, and Arlen Specter of Pennsylvania traveled to the detention center at Guantanamo, Cuba, where 14 captured terror suspects, including a dozen allegedly engaged in planning and executing the 9/11 atrocities, are now housed. Congressional correspondent Major Garrett went with them, the first reporter with a camera crew to visit the camp since the transfer.
Three Republican senators toured Camp Delta at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, only days after 9/11 mastermind Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and 13 other known al-Qaeda or Taliban terrorists and conspirators arrived from secret CIA prisons last week. The head of detention operations said the terrorist's arrival hasn't made his job any tougher.
The fact that we have Khalid Sheikh Mohammed here is just another detainee as far as we are concerned.
Harris said the Gitmo detainees were already dangerous enough before Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and the others arrived.
They have tried to kill our troopers here just as they tried to kill them on the battlefield.
Army Colonel Wade Dennis showed the senators a typical cell, this one in Camp 1. It's one detainee per cell, one metal bunk, one puncture-proof mattress.
It's a stab-proof to where you take a knife and, you're not going to get anything into it.
The U.S. provides a uniform, personal necessities, and religious items. An arrow on each bunk points to Mecca for daily prayers. Each detainee receives a Quran, translations available in 9 different languages. The yellow cone alerts all personnel not to disturb daily prayers. Even so, senators were told guards were pelted with spit, urine, or feces more than 400 times last year. Better behaved detainees live in Camp 4's communal cells. They get board games and the biggest of Gitmo's recreation areas. But in a cell like this, 10 detainees attacked camp guards in May after one faked a suicide. It took more than 100 troops to subdue the detainees. The troublemakers were all moved out, but Colonel Dennis still frets about future problems.
And this camp right here is a camp that is very conducive to that.
The camp hospital includes a pharmacy, radiology unit, operating room, and dentist. The senators learned 295 operations have been performed, 22 prosthetic limbs provided, 5,000 vaccinations administered. The maximum security unit in Camp 5 modeled after a prison in Indiana, complete with cuffs and Velcro neck protectors. In this interrogation room, a detainee will sit in the Lazy Boy recliner. After crossing Guantanamo Bay for the flight back to the Capitol, the senators appeared satisfied.
The detainees, if you look at the care that they get, the health care that they get, is better than the health care than the typical American gets back in the States.
Yeah, I don't think any member of Congress who visited Guantanamo would come away with the impression that these prisoners are not being treated in a humane fashion.
Congress is now trying to write a law covering detainee interrogation and trials under military commissions.
We talked to them some detail about the specifics as to what they need and what we can legislate cannot be done, so that this visit was very, very timely to help us do our job.
Meanwhile, U.S. guards at Guantanamo maintain a constant vigil among more than 460 angry detainees. In Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, Major Garrett, Fox News.